Starting off with a new vocabulary word, coin. Coins can stack. Is that like kegs? Playing the coin card will refill your mana depending on how many times it has stacked. Coin, burst speed, coin stack, refill 1 mana. Wait, what? Wait, how does that work? And it doesn't say spell mana. It says refill your mana. That's actually really crazy. Because wait, I'm guessing the first coin refills 1 mana, the second coin refills 2 mana, the third one refills 3 mana, etc. So if you have 4 coins on board, 1 mana refill 5 mana. Yeah. That's actually insane. That is actually insane if these are generated cards. That's crazy. Holy crap. Okay. And we have a 2 mana 1/2 Nexus Strike, create a coin in hand. Okay, this can be very scary. Mana 7 Karma level up? No, because it refills mana. It doesn't give you free mana. Karma coins incoming? Not necessarily, but it can work. It can work for sure, to an extent. But only after level 10, right? It stacks up in hand. Oh, wow, so you can't stop it? Okay, that's crazy. If it stacks in your hand, that is kind of crazy. I thought it was like going to be like a unit stacking. Like a keg kind of unit. Devs confirmed that it can't refill more unit mana. Spell mana gets refilled instead of... Wait. Confirmed that it can't refill more unit mana. What does it mean, more unit mana? Wait, are they saying it can only work on spell mana? Oh, more than your max, obviously. Okay, obviously it can't go to the max because it's refilling. Okay, we're fine. Of course, I mean, that's obvious here. All right, this is a pretty cool unit, by the way. It gets really high value very quickly. And worst case scenario, it can even be in like a discard target. Wow, this is actually pretty dang decent. And this card is never a bad card in hand because if it's overfilling your hand, you just play it. You lose nothing by playing it. This can actually become insane. This is crazy. The fact it's in Ionia is really good as well because this procs flow for 0 mana. Proccing flow for 0 mana is insane. Even if you only have 1 coin, if it's only 1 coin, it's a really good card. Because it costs nothing, you just get it for free from this card. That's really good. That is really, really good. Alright, let's go to the next card. Glory in Navori. So, we have the coin. We've seen the Attentive Accountant. I think this card is solid. 2 mana, 1/2 elusive. If anything, it's an elusive blocker, and it just gives you value overall. I like it. Alright, we have a spell. Fast. Tag out. 2 mana. Recall an ally. Already interesting. 2 mana Recall an ally is not a bad card. And create a coin in hand. Or spend 5 mana to recall. That's broken. Dude, that's such a better Will of Ionia, yes. It is so much better than Will of Ionia. Oh my god. The versatility is insane. And it's a free flow, exactly. It free flows. And it works so well because, oh my, dude, this is a 3 of instantly. This is probably a 3 of in every single Ionia deck that runs flow. And most Ionia decks that don't even run flow. You know why? Because recalling an ally for 2 mana is still pretty dang decent. Wow, the versatility is really good. Because like if you're, wow, dude, that's crazy. That's so good. I love this card, wow. All right, another one. Bout Security. When I'm summoned, create a fleeting Bout Security in hand. Okay, wait. So he makes himself in hand, okay? And grant other Bout Securities +1/+1. So it's not everywhere. Empower 5 quick attack. Interesting. Trash? I don't know about that. You gotta realize something. There's something very important to consider here. First of all, this has discard synergy. And 3 mana 3/3 is not that bad of a card. Like, it's not great, but it's not horrible. Second of all, this can be very solid in a top deck kind of scenario deck. For example, let's say you're playing an aggro deck. Swarm the board aggro, right? Ionia does have swarm the board aggro possibilities, such as, let me show you here really quick. it does have synergies. Sparring Student, for example, together with things like Keeper of the Mask, together with things like... we've seen decks like this. What else do we have that goes along with it? These decks have existed in the past. There was another card that summons... mostly it goes with Kale, right? It's a Kale summon deck. Because you're playing Kale in Targon. Ionia Targon Kale. What is the downside of that deck? Very quickly, you just run out of cards in hand. You don't have a really good way to regenerate, like, to draw cards. Because if you do, you lose a lot of tempo. It's a very high tempo deck. In that kind of deck, I can maybe see Bout Security doing work. Reason being, it's 9 mana, summon a 5/5/4/4/3/3, right? That's not bad. That's not horrible at all. It's not the worst thing in the world. It can just give you that extra pressure. So, I don't hate the card. I just don't think it's very strong, but I don't think it's a dead card. I don't think it's trash. Black Flame combo, theoretically, it's not the worst I've ever seen. But this is interesting. This is an interesting card. And anytime you have something like this that is like infinite, it makes you want to do an infinite combo. For example, just consider the following. You can get like, if you can reduce the cost of all your cards by 3, which is very doable. I've done it many times, where you reduce the cost of everything in hand by 3. Like with a Karma, for example. You play Karma Akshan and Bout of Security, you can get like 6 20/20s on the board easily. Like, it's fun. Like, you can do fun things with this card. It's not necessarily a broken card, but yeah, things like Victor, reduce the cost. There's a lot of cool things you can do for fun. But for non-fun decks, for competitive decks, maybe in a Swarm deck, possibly. It's not that strong, but it's not the worst either. Because the Empower is kind of weak. But it's not bad either. I don't know. I'm not sure. This card is insane. This card's pretty decent. How good is 2 coin cards enough? I don't know. I really don't know if it's enough. But I would definitely play this as a 3 of. Even without any other coin cards. Because the second one is just super high value. So I like it. Picture's too small. And last cards here for the day. Smooth Mixologist. Play. Heal an ally or your Nexus 3. Wow. Okay, let me just tell you what went through my mind. I thought this was going to be a 4 mana 3/3. And I said to myself, this might be a little bit too weak. I thought that, honestly. I thought 4 mana 3/3 might be a little bit too weak. But it's a 4 mana 3/4. And it gives you a coin. This might be a staple. This could be a staple card, literally. 4 mana 3/4 is just good enough to block certain aggro decks. It helps you versus certain aggro decks. How often have I run into the problem that I'm not running Freljord in my Ionia control decks and I just don't have enough healing? Because I'm not... Either you run Freljord or Shadow Isles. Shadow Isles gives you Drain. Freljord gives you Tavern Keepers, literally. It's literally Tavern Keeper that keeps you alive. This is really nice because, again, coin, if you have enough coin cards, coin is insane. If you only have 1 coin card, coin is okay for proccing flow. It's good. And the fact that even if you only draw this as your coin card, coin procs flow for free. Flow is very strong. Grappler, why is flow strong? Almost entirely because of 1 card, this right here. That makes flow very strong. It's just guaranteed lifesteal and blockers. It's really, really good for that. And not only that card, there's other really strong flow cards. We know Drum Solo is insane if you're playing PNZ. I'm not sure if you run Unworthy Soul more than like a 1 over 2 of, because you're already running 3 of the other ones for Recall, but overall, if you're running Master Yi, coins are amazing. I love it, love it. Very, very strong. Alright, next. This card is solid. Very solid. Next, 5 mana 3/3, horrendous stats. Elusive, not a fan already. Play. The next time you play a unit this round, some exact ephemeral... I mean, that's coin synergy all over it. That just says coin, 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 right? You play Master, you play a coin that gives you like 5 mana back, and then you just play a big unit. This was entirely printed just for coins. Like, that's the only reason they printed this card. They're thinking, well, you have a coin that gives you like 6 mana back. You play this, you play the coin, you have 10 mana, you play a 10 mana unit, it gives you a copy of it. Yeah, champions work, exactly. The problem is it's an ephemeral copy, right? So you gotta ask yourself what ephemeral unit do I need? It is ephemeral. It's only going to stay around for 1. It's for Teemo, obviously. I mean, funny enough, that's not the worst idea. Like, double Teemo is not bad. If you only have 6 mana, you play this into Teemo, that's not a bad mana 6 turn. But generally speaking, I think the idea of this is for coins. Let me think. So, 5 mana, 4/4 elusive would be good enough, right? If this was a 5 mana 4/4 elusive is not good enough, I'd say a 5 mana 4/5 elusive is good enough. So theoretically speaking, if we're just talking about stats, you just have to play a 2-drop after this to make it worth it. Seriously. If you have a decent 2-drop, it's worth it. It's not bad when you think about it. It's kind of okay value if the 2-drop is a good 2-drop. So in all essence, in order for this to be really good, you have to play a 3-drop or better. So if you can play this with a 3-drop, you get very good value. 4-drop, you get amazing value. 5, 6, 7, whatever. Actually, no, wait. It's an ephemeral copy. No, that's wrong. I keep forgetting the copy is ephemeral. That is wrong. No, it's not worth it. Nah. Because it's ephemeral, it's very, very hard to get a good value out of it. I don't think this is going to be very good. I'm trying to think of what, like, broken cards there are in Ionia, for example. Like, what am I playing that's... It would have to be a summon effect, right? Like, or a summon effect would have to be it. Like, maybe Serene Sky Singer after this is decent. That's very expensive to play. Very hard to get that kind of value out. Like, Saint and Thousand Tail maybe would be decent. This would be very strong if you had the mana for it. Like, in an elusive deck, double Windfarer on that same turn. It's not that hard to pull off on, like, a mana 10, but that's still a mana 10 play, right? What else do we have that's really solid? In Ionia, that's about it. I don't know. Coin Karma PNZ Serene. Yeah, but like, then you're out of mana. Like for that turn, you still need more mana to make it worthwhile. All right, I'm not sold on this one. Like They Who Endure, for example. Man, I've played They Who Endure Ionia many times. That's a really big They Who Endure, because the second They Who Endure has double the stats of the first one. That's a lot of face damage you're threatening. A lot of face damage you're threatening. So if the first They Who Endure is a 10-10, the second one is going to be a 19-19. Maybe a They Who Endure deck. I don't hate it. And the last one, Pit Professional. When I'm summoned, create a coin in hand. 3 mana, 3/3. I think you play this card. If you're playing a coin deck, I think you play this card. Oh, wait, is that how coins work? Oh! So they only stack for one time. Wait, so I'm guessing you get a coin. So my understanding now, that I think about it a bit better, is you get a coin. You have coin in hand. If you play another card that gives you a coin, it's going to be 1 mana, refill 2 mana. And it just keeps stacking. And then when you use it once, you waste all your coins. Oh, that's worse. That's way worse. I thought coins were going to be broken. That's way, way worse than I thought. I thought coins were going to be, it's somewhere on your board, and it keeps stacking, and then, like, every time you play a coin, it does more than the previous coin. Like, the first coin gives you 1 mana back, the second coin gives you 2, the third coin gives you 3, the fourth coin gives you 4, the fifth coin gives you 5. I thought that's how coins were going to work. That would be busted. That's what I thought was going to be coins. So this, you only use coins once then. Ramp with extra steps. Well, it's not ramp because you can't go over the max, but I think you're right. I think coins work this way. They're very mediocre now. There's very little value from coin. So this is how you should consider coins. If you forget all about their value, basically the cost of every card is like, I would say, like 0.8 less. So this is like 1.2 mana, I would say, if I had to give it a number, which means this is actually a 2.2 mana card. Like 2.2 mana, play 3/3. Like 1.2 mana, recall your own unit, or 4.2 mana, recall an enemy unit. Same thing here. This is like a 4.2 mana. This is like a 3.2 mana. This is like a 2.2 mana, etc. That's how I see it. Because the first coin is almost useless except for proccing flow. The second coin is break even. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth coin, they all are break even because they're paying for themselves. If you copy a stacked coin, it'll stay stacked. Let's say during my game I play 4 coin cards. I have a 1 mana, I get 4 mana back. So I burn 1 mana to get 4 back. I'm not sold. The only good thing is though, is it's burst speed. If it was not burst speed, I think coin would actually be kind of bad. But it being burst speed means I can actually play with Karma. So what is Karma's biggest weakness on mana 10? You play Karma on mana 10 and you just don't have enough mana to do enough stuff before she dies. So you play Karma, your opponent immediately plays Vengeance. In the best case scenario, you have 8 mana left. You play Deny, you're down to 4 mana. Your opponent plays second Vengeance. You play Coin, you're back to 13 mana. That's not bad. And now you have 13 mana to work with, and your opponent's out of mana. That's not bad. And in the case where you're kind of under threat and you're going to die before mana 10, you use coins to proc flow. Right? You use coins just to proc flow in the meantime. That's solid. Back to 10 mana, not 13? No, because coin procs twice. Karma doubles the coin, right? So if you have a coin that gives you like, let's say 5 or 6 mana back, boom, boom, double coin. Because it should give you back the exact same amount of mana twice. The second one should give you 1 mana back. It should make an exact copy of that spell. You get spell mana back, you should. It doesn't say unit mana, does it? Refill 1 mana. It doesn't say unit, it says mana itself. Extra goes to spell mana, confirmed by dev. Nice. What does the Aurelian Soul card say specifically? Fill your hand, refill your mana to full. Well, this one actually doesn't refill spell mana. This is only unit mana, right? Interesting. It used to. I know it used to. There is no unit mana. There's just mana and spell mana. Not really true, because this doesn't refill your spell mana. And there is unit mana, because you can't use spell mana for... Mana is all mana. Spell mana is the only difference mana. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if this can give you spell mana back. But somebody said devs confirmed it does. After unit mana is full. Okay, thank you, Agastris. That's good to know. Then they really should change the Aurelian Soul card to be consistent with it, right? They should change it. How good is this in a Rise deck? I honestly don't know. Like, this card right here is amazing in a Rise deck. Like, this card is insane in Rise. Because you want to protect your Rises. 2 mana Recall Rise is sick. I don't know if this is playable in a Rise deck. So I think this one is very good in Rise. And I think this one is very good in Rise. Healing's really good. The other cards are really good. Coins in a Fizz deck is stupid OP. It's kind of cool in Fizz, but do you play Ionia with Fizz that often? I don't know. Fun cards. Fun cards. Exciting. I'm happy they did Ionia first. That is some really cool things to look for. Let me just put them all on my main screen. We can go from there. Why is it so small? It's not what she said, by the way.